Welcome to another lecture of our Automata playlist. Today we will learn something new about the context-free grammars, about what is parse tree, what is ambiguity, these kind of things. So there are two basic points before that. So see, every regular language is a context-free language, but every context-free language is not a regular language. Okay, so always remember this. If these type of questions are given generally in MCQs or like that. So there's an example. See, this is a context-free language s20 s1 and null. So the language of this will be 0 to the power n, 1 to the power n, where n is greater than equals to 0. This is a context-free language, but this language is not a regular language. Okay, so now come to our new topic, that is parse tree. So what is a parse tree? See, this kind of trees. Okay, this kind of trees we make are called parse trees. So how to make this, I will just teach you now. So suppose there is a grammar with the production rules, this from e to e plus e, e minus e, bracket e and a v, and this v is x, y or z. Okay, so these are terminals and this v is a variable and e also. So if I need to found this expression, then how to make this from this e. Okay, so I need to found the expression x plus y minus z. Okay, so first I need to make this plus, so I will just make e to e plus e through this production rule. Okay, now I will expand the second e. Okay, as the second e will be expanded into this, and the first e is just this x. Okay, and the plus is also the plus. So I will now expand the next e, so it will become the e inside brackets, just like this production rule. And now I will again expand the e inside the brackets, and it will be e minus e to make it y minus z. And now all three e's will become v, and from v we will get x, y and z. So it will be what? X plus bracket y minus z bracket close. Okay, x plus bracket y minus z bracket close. So that's how we need to make a parse tree. Now we will check what is ambiguity. Okay, so suppose I need to make this thing x plus y plus z, then how to make that? So I have two ways to make that. Okay, so I can either expand the second e and make yz here, or I can either expand the first e and make xy from here and z and the later one. So for both the cases it is becoming x plus y plus z. So parser compiler got confused which one to choose between them. Okay, so you may say that both of them are giving the similar results. So what is the problem? So see why ambiguity is the problem. So let's check it through this example. Suppose this is the expression we are supposed to make, and we already know that through mathematics that that multiplication is done before addition. So I can also make this expression through two parse trees. See, from here and from here. So here first we are doing our multiplication, and after the calculation of the multiplication we are adding the x with it. Okay, so see, this is the thing we are doing through this parse tree. Okay, so I am first multiplicating y and z, and then I am adding it to x. Okay, because these are together inside a single node. And again, if I expand the left part, then it will be like what? It will be like x plus y I am doing in the first, and after that I am multiplying it with z. Okay, so these two are the two different results, because we already know these two will give us two different results, but which one is correct? So this one, if this one is the expression, then this one must be correct, because we know multiplication is done first. But the compiler or the parser got confused which one parse tree to choose. So that's why we must check that if there is any ambiguity in our grammar or not. Okay, so now check if there is any ambiguity in this grammar or not. So the best way to check this is to make such a string which proves that there is an ambiguity. Okay, so or if it is like you wanna check for yourself just for MCQs or something, so you must check through the expression itself. Suppose for here, let's see, this production rule and this production rule makes sure that there is an ambiguity. How? Because from this a I am having two variables, two a's, and Now if I want to expand further, I can expand any one of the A's and I will have similar results. Okay, similarly for this B, I can expand either this B or I can expand either this B. So both of them will have the similar results. So that's why a ambiguity will be generated. So suppose I am giving an example. Suppose from S I am having this one BA, and now this A is expanded to this BAA, and now I have just converted this A to a small a here from through this production rule, and I am expanding the letter A here. So this A again become AS, this S becomes again BA, and now this A becomes A. So what is the language here? BBAA BA, BBAA BA. This is the language here, and I am expanding the second A here. Okay, and now let's expand the middle A. So again from S it becomes BA, and from this capital A it becomes BAA. So I have just ended this last A with a single A, and I am expanding the middle A now. So again this A becomes AS and this S become AB, and from that this B becomes B. Okay, so again this is becoming BBAA BB, sorry, BBAA BA, BBAA BA, the similar string we have got here. Okay, so these two strings are similar but the trees are different. Here we are expanding this A, here we are expanding this A. So if there is a production rule with such similar type of variables in a single production rule, then this type of things generally cause ambiguity. Okay, so now I am trying to do some examples. So suppose there is a question, so find the CFG for this 0 to the power m, 1 to the power m, where m is greater than 0 and n is greater than m. Okay, so I need to break this first. Okay, so I can write this, and as it is n is greater than m, so I can write this as like this: 0 to the power n, 1 to the power m, and again 1 to the power n minus m. Okay, I can write it like this, and I can easily construct this portions grammar. We already know how to make this type of recursions, so like S2 0 S1, this type of thing. Okay, so I am making this grammar in this production rule. So A2 0 A1 or null is for this one. Okay, and for this particular production rule 1 to the power n minus 1, I will need to generate many numbers of ones or a single number of 1 at least. Okay, so that's why I am giving this production rule here, B2 1B or 1. Okay, so this rule will generate just number of ones, and now what we are doing, I am concatenating 1 and 2. So this is our starting variable and we are concatenating it with A and B. Okay, so that's how to do this type of questions. Now see some closure properties of CFG. So there is a closure property union. Okay, so if there is a grammar G1 and G2, okay, which have these tuples, V1 is the variable set, T1 is T1 and T2 is the set of terminals, P1 is a set and P2 a set of production rules, and S1 S2 is the start variables. So there is another grammar G3 which have this type of tuples. So if I need to make that G3 is G1 union G2, then what will be the sets for G3? So see, then V3 will become V1 union V2 and another new starting state, that is S3. Okay, so it will be what I will just see from here. So I am just making union of A and B. So from S2 we are having A and B both. So there must be another new starting state which will be included in the variable set, and this is also be our new starting state. So I can also have S3, and what will be a terminal set? Terminal set will be similar, of both of them will be included, T1 and T2. And what will be the production rule? For the production rule, both P1 P2 will be included, and along with them another new production rule will be included, that is from the new starting variable to the either first starting variable or the second starting variable. Okay, so that this new production rule will be also included in our P3. So that's how we make a union of our CFG. Now for concatenation, these kind of things are almost similar, only except the production rules there is a slight change. In the production rules we just do not add it through pipe operators, we just make the concatenation of them. Okay, so from S3 there will be a production rule from S3 to S1 S2. Okay, but see the terminals and the variables set are similar, just like the union part. See, there is something else, that is intersection and complement of a CFG is not another CFG. Okay, so intersection of a CFG is not a CFG, and also complement of a CFG is not a CFG.